Hold on to your hats, folks, because the world of art just got a whole lot more interesting. And by interesting, I mean potentially lawsuit-ridden. Remember ChatGPT, the AI chatbot that can write Shakespearean sonnets and explain quantum physics? Well, it's gone and learned a new trick. Creating art in the style of Studio Ghibli, the legendary Japanese animation studio behind films like Spirited Away and My Neighbor Totoro. Thanks to OpenAI's latest update, GPT-4, this AI can now whip up images that look like they were plucked straight out of a Ghibli film. Just feed it a few keywords, say Totoro eating a bowl of ramen in a cyberpunk city, and boom, you've got yourself a unique piece of art. It's a fascinating development, no doubt, but like a delicious bowl of ramen that's a bit too hot, this new technology comes with some serious caveats, because while the prospect of AI creating beautiful art is exciting, it also raises some thorny questions about copyright, artistic integrity, and the very future of creativity itself. Buckle up, Buttercup, because we're diving headfirst into the world of ChatGPT's Ghibli art, where the lines between innovation and infringement are as blurry as a Totoro sighting in a rainstorm. The internet, being the internet, went absolutely bonkers for this new Ghiblified ChatGPT. Memes exploded across social media like fireworks on Diwali. The distracted boyfriend meme, reimagined with a Ghibli twist. Elon Musk, yep, he got the Ghibli treatment too. Even the hallowed halls of the White House weren't immune to the Ghiblification. Someone, and we're not naming names, thought it would be a brilliant idea to use a Ghibli-style image for an official White House post. Let's just say the internet had some thoughts, and they weren't exactly, "Oh, how cute." But it wasn't all fun and games. Alongside the light-hearted memes, people started using ChatGPT to create genuinely impressive Ghibli-style artwork. We're talking breathtaking landscapes, whimsical creatures, and characters that could break your heart with a single soulful gaze. It was a stark reminder that this technology, for all its silliness, had the potential to create truly remarkable things. But it also raised the stakes, pushing the debate about copyright and artistic ownership to the forefront. Now, here's where things get messy. Studio Ghibli, like any self-respecting animation studio, owns the copyright to its iconic art style. So the question is, when ChatGPT spits out a Ghibli-esque image, who owns it? The person who typed in the prompt, OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT? Or does it belong to Studio Ghibli, the original creators of the style being emulated? Lawyers are already sharpening their pencils and clearing their throats, eager to sink their teeth into this juicy legal battleground. Some argue that style itself can't be copyrighted, only specific identifiable elements from Ghibli films. Others counter that ChatGPT's training data likely included copyrighted Ghibli images, making its output a derivative work subject to copyright law. It's a legal quagmire, and there's no easy answer. But beyond the legal technicalities, there's a bigger ethical question at play. Is it right for AI to profit from the hard work and creativity of human artists without their consent? Artists like Carla Ortiz, who's currently suing other AI image generators for copyright infringement, are understandably concerned. They see ChatGPT's Ghibli art as blatant exploitation, a way for tech companies to cash in on the backs of artists without giving them their due credit or compensation. It's a valid concern, and one that's likely to fuel heated debates for years to come. If there's one person who's not impressed by ChatGPT's Ghibli shenanigans, it's Hayao Miyazaki. The legendary co-founder of Studio Ghibli is about as subtle as a rampaging Totoro when it comes to his opinions, and his stance on AI and art is crystal clear. He's not a fan. Back in 2016, after witnessing a demo of AI-generated animation, Miyazaki famously declared it an insult to life itself. He was particularly disturbed by the AI's attempts to depict human movement, finding it cold, clinical, and lacking the empathy and understanding that comes from lived experience. Miyazaki's disapproval stems from his deep respect for the human element in art. He believes that true creativity arises from the messy, imperfect, and often painful realities of the human experience, something that algorithms, no matter how sophisticated, can't replicate. His words carry weight not just because he's a revered figure in the animation world, but because they highlight a fundamental question. In our rush to embrace the new and shiny, are we losing sight of the very things that make art meaningful? Section 5, Studio Ghibli's silence, no comment yet. In the midst of this maelstrom, Studio Ghibli has remained characteristically tight-lipped. Their official response to the ChatGPT Ghibli art frenzy, a resounding no comment. Now you might think that silence equals consent, but in the world of corporate speak, it's more like a strategic retreat to regroup and plan their next move. Are they quietly assembling a crack team of lawyers to unleash a copyright lawsuit of epic proportions? Or are they taking a more cautious approach, waiting to see how the legal landscape unfolds before making their move? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, Studio Ghibli's silence speaks volumes. It's a reminder that this isn't just a fun little internet fad, it's a serious issue with potentially huge ramifications for the art world and beyond. So, while we wait with bated breath for Studio Ghibli's next move, the question remains, will they embrace the AI revolution, fight it tooth and nail, or find some middle ground? Stay tuned, folks, because this story is far from over. Section 6, OpenAI's balancing act, navigating the copyright tightrope. Now, let's not forget about OpenAI, the masterminds behind ChatGPT. They're stuck between a rock and a hard place, caught in the crossfire between technological innovation and artistic copyright. On the one hand, they've created a tool that's capable of producing incredible art and pushing creative boundaries. On the other hand, they're facing accusations of enabling copyright infringement and undermining the livelihoods of human artists. To their credit, OpenAI isn't burying its head in the sand. They've acknowledged the controversy and taken steps to address the concerns. For starters, they've implemented a refusal mechanism in ChatGPT that prevents it from generating images in the style of individual living artists. They've also been careful to distinguish between mimicking the style of an individual artist, which they've deemed off-limits, and generating images in the broader style of a studio like Ghibli. It's a fine line to walk, and it remains to be seen whether this distinction will hold up in court. OpenAI is essentially trying to have its cake and eat it too. They want to push the boundaries of what AI can do while also respecting artistic copyright and avoiding a full-blown legal showdown. Whether they can pull it off is anyone's guess, but one thing's for sure, it's a high-stakes balancing act with no room for error. Section 7, the artist's angst, a threat to creativity and livelihoods. And corporate maneuvering, it's easy to forget about the human cost of this technological revolution. Artists, the very people who pour their hearts and souls into their work, are understandably concerned about what generated art means for their future. Some fear that AI could eventually replace human artists altogether, leading to widespread job losses and a devaluation of artistic skill. Others worry that the ease great art will lead to a flood of generic, soulless content, stifling true creativity and innovation. These are valid concerns, and it's important to have an open and honest conversation about the potential impact. It's not about demonizing technology, but rather about finding ways to ensure that it complements and enhances human creativity, not replaces it entirely. Perhaps AI a way for artists to explore new ideas and push their creative boundaries even further. Or maybe it can help make art more accessible to everyone, regardless of their skill level or resources. The future of art is being written, and it's up to all of us to shape it in a way that benefits both artists and society as a whole. Section 8. A brave new world or copyright chaos. So here we are, folks, at the crossroads of innovation and uncertainty. ChatGPT's Ghibli art has thrown a wrench into the works, forcing us to confront some uncomfortable truths about copyright, artistic ownership, and the rapidly evolving relationship between humans and technology. On the one hand, it's hard not to be excited by the sheer potential of AI-generated art. The ability to conjure up stunning images with just a few keystrokes is nothing short of magical. It has the potential to democratize art, making it more accessible to everyone and to spark new forms of creativity that we can't even imagine yet. But on the other hand, we can't ignore the very real concerns about copyright infringement, artistic exploitation, and the potential displacement of human artists. If we're not careful, this brave new world of AI-generated art could easily descend into a chaotic free-for-all where the lines between inspiration and imitation become hopelessly blurred. The future of art in the age of AI is still being written, and it's up to all of us, artists, technologists, policymakers, and the public, to decide what that future will look like. Will it be a world where human creativity flourishes alongside technological innovation? Or will it be a world where algorithms reign supreme, leaving human artists in the dust? The choice, as they say, is ours. Section 9, the future of art in the age of AI. So, what does the future hold for art in this brave new world of AI? Well, if history has taught us anything, it's that whenever a new technology emerges, it inevitably disrupts the status quo, for better or for worse. The printing press, photography, the internet, all of these innovations were met with skepticism, fear, and even outright hostility when they first appeared, and yet they all went on to revolutionize the way we create, consume, and experience art. AI art is no different. It's a disruptive force, no doubt, but it's also an opportunity. An opportunity to rethink our assumptions about what art is, who gets to create it, and how it's valued. It's a chance to explore new forms of artistic expression, to push creative boundaries, and to make art more accessible to everyone. But it's also a wake-up call, a reminder that we need to be mindful of the ethical and legal implications of new technologies, especially when it comes to issues like copyright, ownership, and the livelihoods of human creators. We need to have open and honest conversations about these issues and work together to find solutions that benefit everyone, not just a select few. The future of art in the age of AI is not predetermined. It's a blank canvas waiting to be filled with the strokes of our collective imagination. It's up to us to decide whether we'll use this technology to create a more vibrant, inclusive, and equitable art world, or whether we'll allow it to exacerbate existing inequalities and stifle human creativity. The choice, as always, is ours.